calmness really helps. When another person is aggravated, if you do the same thing as them, you're not going to reach a resolution. If you are engaged in a conflict, is to step back, take a deep breath, and calm your nervous system down. One or the other in a relationship might get upset. And what does the other partner usually do? They get upset with that person, and then conflicts arise. Regardless if it's triggering you, you have to take a step back, remain calm, and you need to be able to allow the other person to express their anger. Express it because they have the right to do it. Perhaps they're not doing it in the best of way, but some people have a hard time remaining calm. And if you want to elevate that person and make them feel much more relaxed, just be present and be calm. If it gets out of hand, you can, in a low tone of voice, get the person to calm down. Your duty is to remain calm and to tell them, and this is what you tell them. You tell them, listen, I understand that you're not feeling well right now, and your voice, your tone of voice is quite heightened. And I would really appreciate, I would like to solve this problem, but if only you could put your voice down so we can engage in a conversation. I am not here to fight with you, and I want to try to understand you. But please, may we try to speak it in a nice manner. And if you see the person continues to get aggravated and can't calm down, you then need to place your boundary. So you say, listen, I cannot stay in this environment. So this is where the conflict is going to end. And whenever you're going to be ready to speak, you can reach out to me. And then you can say, unfortunately, you leave me no choice, but I have to leave here because I can't operate in environments that there are conflicts. And you can just walk away. Or you can even give them a timeline and tell them, listen, I'm going to leave you some time to rest, and we can go back to this whenever you're ready to talk like a decent human being, right? That's number one. So in relationships, you need to remember when the other person gets upset, if you also are getting aggravated, it's not going to reach a resolution. Even if you disagree with the other person, what you need to do is that you always need to be calm. You have to try to listen empathetically and try to understand where that person is coming from. For you, their emotions might be invalid, but for them, it's something huge. And regardless, if you're being able to handle it in a complete different way, congratulations to you. But you need to understand that some people out there have a very difficult time being able to control their emotions. So we need to be empathetic by the way people are expressing their emotions. And any form of expression that they're using is valid, regardless if it doesn't seem that way. Now, we're not talking about people that are going outboard to be violent. We're talking about just some outbursts of anger and the way of expressing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. One person might have learned through their background, through their conditioning, through the way that they were brought up with their parents, they might have learned that they can express their needs in a much more calmer way. Some other people, you need to understand that maybe with their parents were quite chaotic and they learned how to communicate in a more violent way, which definitely is not healthy. But you should not be dismissing the way that they are expressing. Some people have difficulty to calm themselves down, and by you being there and not listening and reacting back to them with anger, you're not actually achieving something. And your point as a human being is to offer assistance to the other person and not try to be in conflict with them. So your way would be, perhaps you can try to get them to calm down. Sometimes a lot of people fail to understand that, say with your partner, that you see them, that they're going through a rough time and they're having a difficulty trying to articulate their emotions and they're getting a bit oversteamed. What can you do at that moment? Something very, very smart. Shut the fuck up. Just go up to the person and say, listen, I'm listening to you and I can see that you're not feeling very well. And you can just do a simple thing by maybe going up to them and hugging them and telling them, I'm here for you. Take a deep breath, relax, and I'm here for you. I'm listening to you. Do you know what that automatically is going to do? Well, you need to try it and you need to let me know how that goes for you. Because a lot of partnerships are failing to see their person. They're failing to be able to offer their calmness. One of the biggest mistakes that a lot of partners do is when their partner comes up and they're engaged in a conflict, what do? They just get out of the door and they walk away. Do you know the damage that does to your partner and to the relationship? So if you're looking for positive things to come out from that relationship when you're behaving in that way, it's going to be really detrimental for you. You have to learn to deal with emotions. Some people, especially some men out there, they have such a hard time because they're not connected with their own emotions. And when a woman gives out her expression, they have such a difficult time dealing with that. And they call her an emotional creature, which of course, she is an emotional creature. Remember that men and women are different. I don't say that. It's science. We are wired differently. We are different human beings. Women are much more emotional creatures. Men are much more logical creatures. There is a way that you can stop your partner from getting pissed off with you or continuing this wheel of conflicts. If you get to see your partner that is upset, that is angry, do not walk away. Do not get pissed off. Count until 10. You never should be a mirror to that person. Your work that is required at that moment is to shift the energy. Humans go through ups and downs. You are there needed to assist the other person to provide a solution to them. Usually when a woman comes up to you with their problem, what's the logical person going to do? Usually the man is going to go there and he's going to give her an answer and a solution to her problem. As the woman can get even much more worse with him because that's not what she's looking for. She's not looking for a solution to her problem. She knows what the solution is. What she does need is an ear to be listened to, validation, confirmation, just someone to be right there to accept her with her turbulent emotions. And that is really, really powerful. And a lot of men out there are failing to understand this thing. They just want somebody to be there, just to listen. There are some women out there that might need you to agree with everything that they're saying and listen to me. There's no problem if you want to do that. You can go back to a conversation the next day, after 2 days, and tell what your concerns are. So if there's something that bothered you about what she did about 2 days ago, you can go back to that. I do not suggest anyone, when someone is in their power of anger and they're trying to express themselves, that's not the time to do it. That's not the time to be engaging in conversations like that. And calmness is not present. Things just get aggravated and you're never going to be able to reach a resolution. Be strong, be the bigger person, and do the right thing. And you need to listen to other people's needs. People operate differently to you. You've got to appreciate the way people respond. Many people have difficulties in expression. And if you're blessed to be a person that can remain calm, congratulations. But you might be missing on an aspect that you don't actually want to listen to what other people say. And you might be invalidating people. If you're proceeding to aggregate them even more, it says something about yourself, that you're not that nice of a person. Because how dare you, when you're seeing a person that's not feeling all right, is not feeling all right with their emotions, why are you contributing? Not only is that person stressed and has such a difficult time being able to express their emotions, they also in addition have to deal with you because they're trying to find the words to speak and they cannot speak. So obviously they're trying to get a need met and they're trying to express it to you, and you can't handle that. So you're making them even more turn into a monster. Don't you see that? How can you not see that?